Hello guys, Crispy here, welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I'm going to be testing a GeForce RTX 4070 in Call of Duty Warzone 3, but this time with competitive settings, or low settings with high textures, basically. This one is the Founders Edition model of the card. We are running it with the latest Nvidia drivers, and I'm not manually overclocking it. You can see all of its specs right here in Tech Power-Ups. GPU resizable bar is enabled, and over on the left, we're pairing it with a Ryzen 9 7950X3D with 8 of its cores disabled, the ones that don't have 3D cache, so it works the same as a Ryzen 7 7800X3D. Over on the memory tab, we're using 32GB of DDR5 6000MHz RAM in dual channel, and let's get right into it, shall we? Let's go over the settings first. While it's installing the shaders, we're playing at 1080p resolution using the minimum settings preset. I'm just gonna bump this up to 100%. We don't want it at 50, obviously. And I am also using high textures. That's the only difference from the minimum preset in this game. Later on in this video, we're also gonna try some DLSS, different resolutions, 1440p, 4K, and 8K, and frame generation, just like we did with the extreme settings yesterday. Oh, look at the FPS, pretty good. I just noticed that it's extremely blurry because I forgot to use some Fidelity FX CAS. Here we go, not CPU bound while dropping, but now it's starting to fluctuate a bit. As you can see, a lot of people dropped here in this old town area. Yep, let's start counting our FPS, and the fact that we dropped here with a lot of people means that we are a little bit CPU bounder. A little bit more CPU bound than usual, because of course that hits the CPU a little bit harder, you know? The FPS are super high. It's an extremely smooth experience. If you have like a 240Hz 1080p monitor, you are actually going to take advantage of it. But this time, to achieve these FPS at 1080p, nice, I got him. You actually need a very beefy CPU and RAM configuration as well. I'm using CL30 RAM at 3000 MHz, so pretty much the best stuff that you can put on a 7800X3D. And this is still bottlenecking the RTX 4070 slightly. Not all of the time, but it definitely is. Oh, come on, come on. No, not your friend. You're... What to do now? I'm just gonna throw this out and this as well. I don't care. Let's go. Move away from here. Oh, yes. All right, where's the guy? Not that thing. Okay. Now, the game also still looks really decent, even though this is lowest settings, because we have the high textures enabled. And comparing it to the extreme settings that we played this game on yesterday... Oh, hello. Buddy? Come over here. What? Smoke effects and everything. These bastards know how to camp. What the heck? Where is the guy? Where did he go? Oh my god, this is so weird. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, Jesus. What the... Why is everybody here in this little place? And that one was from another squad as well. But yeah, that's to say that if you want to achieve these FPS, you will need something like an i9 13900K or 14900K. Maybe an i7 13700K overclock can reach close to these values. But I'm not really sure about that because this game relies heavily on 3D cache, and of course that's only found on the AMD CPUs. So the 7800X3D is actually the best CPU that you can get to play this game with and achieve these FPS. Or the 7950X3D as well, which is what I'm using with half of its cores disabled to get the best performance out of it. Anyway... that's probably it, right? 240 FPS average with 127 FPS, 1% lows. If you're playing at 1080p, there is no need for a better GPU than a 4070 in this particular title. Let's use DLSS quality next. This should give us pretty much the same experience. Over here, it's actually quite a bit higher, but that's because nobody is in this area. Start counting our FPS, hitting 300 right there. But now you can see that GPU utilization is even lower at the moment, and if I go to the middle of this town right here, the old town, we will get exactly the same FPS as we were seeing previously. So the DLSS in this case is not really that big of a deal. I think you should definitely stick to native resolution with Fidelity FX CAS, because this starts looking really, really soft with DLSS. Better than native still, because it got sharpening as well. But it is soft. Now, if you want even higher frames per second with the native resolution looks and Fidelity FX CAS enabled, you always have the option to use some frame generation. But the thing with frame generation is that the input lag will also be a little bit worse. Obviously, at these FPS, it's almost negligible. I'm not sure if this is placebo, but I might be able to feel a little bit worse input lag here. It's probably placebo at this point. At 100 to 200 frames per second, the input lag is definitely very noticeable. At 250 plus, however, it's not really. It feels pretty instant to me, guys. I mean, it might have a little bit more input lag to it that is very, very slightly noticeable, but I wouldn't really care about this. Still, since there is a little bit of a difference input lag-wise, I would not use this, okay? Even though we're now getting 240 plus frames per second at all times, with much higher GPU utilization as well because of the fake frames, you could say, the AI-generated frames. I don't see this as being fit to competitive play. If they manage to fix the input lag situation when using frame generation, that will be another story. But for now, disable it. Now we're up to 1440p resolution using Fidelity FX CAS, no frame generation, high textures, everything else is still the same. Little stutter right there. If that starts happening often, that means that we need to restart the game. Yep, I guess we will need to restart the game. This game has this issue, you know, whenever you change resolution, sometimes it starts stuttering and you need to restart. Restarting will fix it, always. Back to the old town, my friendos, and now stutter-free. Very good. All right, lots of people dropping. Oh my god, this is bad. This is terrible, actually. Maybe I shouldn't really shoot at people, you know? I should just avoid them altogether. I don't know. I don't want to die right away. Oh! That didn't work. Let's continue. Oh boy, lots of explosions right there. Okay, that's interesting. Let's drop down here. Actually see the FPS near the water again. Come on. Okay, there we go. We got this. So down into like the 160s is what we saw while dropping and looking at the water. Now we're up into like the 170s. Shooting the water though drops us into the 140s. Oh, somebody else is actually shooting at the water as well. I think. What the heck? Okay, let's go up then. Oh, hello. Okay. Shot in the ass. There we go. Oh, damn it, dude. I should not use sniper rifles, guys. Well, if you want to play competitively and get extremely high FPS, I am sure you can do many great things with this configuration right here. 4070, 7800X 3D, they are gonna perform very, very well. Finally! Finally, we got a kill. Okay. Good stuff. Now let's get out of here because somebody probably heard us. Yeah, I need shields. Let's go. And this is still native resolution as well. And remember that DLSS at 1440p actually looks pretty decent in this game. It's not like at 1080p. So we can probably achieve like 230. I'm expecting like 230 FPS. You know what? We've already walked around, dropped from the sky, and saw the FPS close to the water. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go prone. This is a bad place to do it. And change it to DLSS now, okay? So almost 200 FPS average. That's really good. It could be even better if you went with something like 7800 XT from AMD. Obviously, you don't have DLSS in that card, but I am pretty sure that card should probably get around these FPS that we're getting with DLSS, but at native resolution, because Call of Duty usually runs way better on AMD GPUs. Now we got that disadvantage. Well, it's not really a disadvantage, just an ugly thing that happens with DLSS. Things are super, super noisy on the ground, but that's a minor thing, and if you want slightly higher frames per second, this is a way to go. I think I would stick to native resolution here on low settings, since it was slightly sharper, slightly more detailed, and a little bit better of an experience in my opinion, guys, in terms of visuals. And of course, with the FPS that we got at native resolution, it was still very, very good, so there's no real need for extra frames in my opinion. Guys, come on, there we go, couple of kills. Finally, I'm doing something. Do not revive yourself, and you do not he actually did it. I killed him again, I think, but he actually did it. And of course, another person came to the party and finished us up. While dropping with DLSS quality, things are still looking great in terms of FPS, close to 170s at times. But it's not really that 30 FPS improvement that I was expecting, guys. Could be because sometimes there's a little bit of variation on the GPU usage, 96%. Still maxing out, you know, like 90% of the time I think we are GPU bound, or even more than that. But I just expect a little bit more. Okay, so close to the water now. Let's see if there's an improvement. It dropped to like 140s. Still dropping to the 140s. So again, it's pretty much the same thing. Now, let's try it with native, okay, with fidelity FX CAS again, but with frame generation. Now the FPS are improved while shooting the water. We're not dropping down into the 140s. We get around like 20 more frames per second. Input lag-wise, since it's 200 frames per second, it's hard to tell that it's different, but deep down, you know that it's different, and it is a little bit more input laggy. So for very competitive people, I think you should definitely stick to native resolution, guys. Yeah, you're gonna see like 200 plus more often than not, maybe, but it's 10 more FPS or so than what we saw at native. So why? Right? 10 more FPS, a little bit higher input lag. Not worth it in my book. I'm gonna go to another server, since this is full of pro players or sweaty people, and play at 4K next. Also, that isn't rage quitting, okay? I'm very calm at the moment. Here we have it, 3840 by 2160 resolution using the minimum settings with high textures. Same thing, native res I disabled, frame generation as well as upscaling. Oh, look at that! Look at that, looking at the entire map, we're getting 120s. Down there it's a little bit more intensive usually, but wow, that is very good, my friends. Hundreds. It's 4K native once again, so getting like 100 plus on average is actually extremely nice. And like this. Let's go! 4K native resolution getting 100 plus at the moment. Come on, nice, got him. Oh, it was a solo player as well, thank you. I'm not the only one. Dropping over here with all of these buildings. Still getting above 100 frames. Please don't kill me from there. Where are they shooting me from even? Jesus Christ. Okay. Just gonna use the shields now. Oh, it's Burger King. Nice. Okay, let's go inside. Do you like Burger King or McDonald's the most, guys? Let me know in the comments. It's always interesting to know about those things for some reason. Alright, so the game is really damn playable. I don't really feel at any disadvantage here by playing at 4K. Look at this. Even inside of the water here, it's not dropping from 100 FPS, which is very impressive. Obviously, if you start shooting at it, it will probably drop. I want to do that, but I am very scared that the other guy is gonna look at us and kill us. You know what? Science must be done. So let's go. Yep, dropping into the 80s there. Not a big deal though. I think for a 120 Hz 4K panel, which is actually what I'm using right now with the LG C2 OLED, this is very good. There's something like ching. It's not the crate. There's something here. I'm not crazy, am I? What is happening? It's this, okay. It was just a contract thingy, alright. And now it's right below the on-screen display, so for the next 5 minutes we can't really see the average and 1% lows that well, unfortunately. Come on. What the hell is that skin, dude? That's really weird. Goodbye. What the hell are those teeth? Whoa. Oh, wait. Is this an... Oh, these are GPUs! There are actual GPUs inside of Warzone. You gotta be kidding me. It's an item that you can pick up. Yes, I want all of them, please. This is probably a joke by the developers. You know what? I'm starting to like the developers now. I'm playing Plunder, and in this mode you need to collect the valuable things, I guess. I thought it was only money, but no. Oh my god, oh my god. And obviously GPUs are super valuable these days. They're super expensive. They're more expensive than they should be, for sure. Alright, 120 FPS average and 82% lows is what we got. Pretty decent results. Let's use quality DLSS. Quality DLSS. Alright. And now it's slightly sharper than native resolution because we weren't using the fidelity FX CAS thingy. Come on, I can do this. I can do this. Oh, what the hell is he doing? I didn't even know you could do that in Warzone. You know what this game feels like? It feels like you're just a normal person playing it, at least to me, you know? Casually and stuff, and then there are superheroes running around. Because there are skins that are ridiculous, some of them. There are guys that move like this. Can't even... I can't. And... gosh, what? Stop! And they also take like an entire magazine to die. So that's another thing, right? Yet they can kill you with one or two shots. Hey, hello. Yes, goodbye. So that's it for DLSS. It's not really that big of a difference compared to native. You get like 10 more FPS. But in this case, going from like 120 to 130 means that the 1% lows will go from like 80 to 90. And that's a reasonably higher and better experience, I would say. Let's use performance though. This is where it should shine the most. It's a little bit softer now, obviously. We're rendering the game at 1080p and upscaling to 4K. Oh, we already have people shooting at us. Gosh, where from? Okay, there's the guy. I'm gonna go. I am gonna go. I don't care. I don't care. Oh, boy. Should I go for the money right there? I don't know. What I know is that this looks very close to like 1440p quality DLSS. Maybe actually a little bit better than 1440p quality. I think I would choose to play like this. Unless you want higher visual fidelity. In that case, you can always play at like extreme settings or ultra settings and have a good experience still with DLSS performance. Doesn't drop from 60 FPS with those settings. And DLSS enabled. Look at the dead fish. They still look decent because of the textures as well. And it's not stuttering because of the textures, you know. Like, we got 12 gigabytes of VRAM. It's not completely utilizing them. And it is a smooth experience. Now let's rect it. All right, it's time for 8K. Oh yeah, and I'm skipping the frame generation at 4K because then the input lag would be very, very noticeable, okay? Here we have it, 7680 by 4320 using the minimum settings, low textures this time around, and no DLSS upscaling. Now, of course, this is only for curiosity and science because nobody's gonna play at 8K with a 4070, maybe with like a 4090, but even then, there aren't really many people playing at 8K resolution. And that's because there are diminishing returns, of course, and once you get up to like 4K, even at 42 inches, it looks insanely detailed already, so there's definitely no need for 8K, and I think, in my opinion, there won't be a need for 8K anytime soon. Still, if you're interested, this is it. Oh, we didn't get a kill, actually. Somebody else killed the bastard. Wait, there he is. Oh my god, so much stutter. Not stutter, it's just the low FPS, actually. If you look at the frame time, it doesn't really have many spikes, only there when I died. But it feels so bad. Oh my god, it's dropping into the 20s, but it's probably because of the spectator's camera, because that lowers FPS by a little bit usually. Well, it's probably time to leave 8K native alone and play with some DLSS, because with DLSS performance, it might actually be decent at 60 FPS. Come on. No? Oh, there we go. Close to 60. It's not getting 60, actually, but hey. I mean, I will take it. Anything that isn't 30s feels good to me now after playing at 30 FPS there. Now, we didn't really see it while shooting at the water previously, but it would definitely drop from 30 FPS if it dropped there. Here with DLSS performance, it might actually dip into the 30s, but I don't think it will drop from it. Oh my god. Oh, it was from behind, of course. You can never rest assured that you're not gonna die from behind in this game. I missed the freaking rooftop. Are you kidding me? Alright, let's go. Let's go there. Let's go. It's all about the strategy, right? Yeah, this was all intended. Come on. Yes, I missed the stairs. Chairs. But it was all on purpose. All right. And you know what? That's probably enough. Just for curiosity, again, I will actually try it with frame generation. So we're getting 57 FPS right there, 11 gigs of VRAM allocated. It's not actually using that, but I mean, at this point, I believe it would be getting 11 gigabytes. And as you probably know, frame generation actually uses more VRAM. So let's apply it and see how it does. Here we go. So VRAM is still at the same 11 gigabyte mark, but the RAM definitely went up, meaning that it swapped some things that should be on VRAM into the RAM. And the RAM went up again with that little stutter right when I got out of the menu. And yeah, it's 19 gigabytes of RAM at this point. Damn, that's crazy. Good thing is, it's not stuttering because it's running out of VRAM, guys. But the FPS are kind of the same, if not worse than before. And the input lag is absolutely crazy. Oh my god. Yeah, this is completely unplayable like this, guys. I cannot see anybody able to play this game with so much input lag caused by frame generation and artifacting as well. I could definitely spot some artifacts there with the image because of the fake frames. It's like you're getting the same input lag as 20-ish frames per second. You know what? That's enough. I tried to open the parachute and I threw a freaking grenade. Are you kidding me? That's it for this one, my friends. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know if it was helpful to you. Let me know what settings you're playing this on, if you have a 4070, and if you have other GPUs as well. I like to know that stuff. Catch you in the next one very soon. As always, love you all. Bye-bye.